Hi frogs. I'm going with frogs because you're still resting on my frog and I don't see myself buying a camera stand anytime soon. Hi. Um, it's a cold day. That's the news of today. It was -1 degree centigrade this morning. And fuck me, is it cold. And I keep thinking to myself, I've picked such a great time to decide that all of my body hair is needing to come off as soon as possible. Like I don't have thick hair, but I do have hairy arms and like a bit of a hairy chest. I've always been quite lucky that I'm not like a hairy person, but I am gonna have less, and that does make you feel colder. I do know that. My legs are quite hairy. And obviously the face too. This is my last video with this on. I hope so much. I've got shaving cream, I've got my razors, I've got a new mirror. I've never had a bathroom mirror before because I don't shave. Like I trim, but I don't shave. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. I'm thinking a lot about what starting E is going to be like. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's something I'm really looking forward to. The only thing that's stopping me from just like hitting that smash button right now is I want to check with my friends and make sure that I'm making sensible choices about where I'm getting stuff from, etc., etc., all of that good stuff. In the same way, anything that you would spend like double digits of pounds on, you'd probably want to check with your friends who like also are doing it to be like, hey, can we verify? So I'm going to be meeting up with a friend tomorrow, and hopefully she'll be able to help me like with some recommendations, etc. But that's one of the things is in one of the Discord groups I'm in, everyone's talking about how like you lose about 5 degrees of temperature on estrogen, like on average. Not every your mileage may vary. Your mileage may vary. You'll lose like 5 degrees of temperature, and I am still focusing on my voice. I want this to be a natural progression series. Like, I ask myself, why am I making these videos? At time of recording, absolutely no one, including myself, has watched them back. I just film them and I put them on my computer and I hit upload to YouTube and I do nothing else. And I'm doing that because I want to start having some documentary of me. In the same way that like when you open a notebook, the advice that I've always been given is to like scribble something on the first page so then you're not stressed that you're going to ruin the notebook and you end up with just a pile of empty notebooks. So this is my scribble, which is also why I can do what I want. I keep changing what I'm talking about midway through a sentence. This whole thing started talking about E. So I'm gonna get colder, and the temperature's only gonna get colder. Now I know these effects aren't going to kick in immediately. I don't know why I do posture. I trained acting for a long time, and I'm used to like posture being how you do speech, but I really need to focus on like the resonance and stuff. I'm sure posture will come down the line, but I'm not pushing myself too hard. Voice training will burn me out, so we're going for natural. And it means in the interim, you're just going to be hearing my mid. Oh, you can see the hair on my shoulders. Good. That's fun. Yay. In the interim, you're just going to be hearing my midway voice. That was the other reason I'm doing these. I work in computing, and I work from home, and it's really common for me to go whole days without speaking out loud, like waking up to going to bed. If I, don't have any calls at work, which I often don't, which I'm really grateful for. If I am not in the office, and if I'm not like seeing friends, I'll often like not use my voice at all. So these videos are also an excuse for me to like actually speak during the day. I talk to myself, but I don't always talk out loud. So yeah, thank you, frogs, for being an excuse for me to just talk. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna look like without the beard. It's scary. It's so scary. Last time I shaved off my beard, I was so upset by what my chin looked like. And it's funny, I was upset because my chin didn't look masculine enough, and now I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, am I gonna look too masculine? Gender's weird. It's so weird. I'm gonna look fine. I'm gonna look like me, and that's who I'm meant to be looking like. I got this top on the way back from the gym. It's just a thermal top, but it's a little bit lacy, and that makes me happy. Luckily it's the middle of the day, so like my room's a little bit warmer, but I'm just gonna have this as a nice undershirt. And it means if I have to like boy mode, because I don't have that many girl clothes, I definitely don't have that many like androgynous clothes, and I do have to go to an office sometimes. So if I do have to boy mode, it can be a nice little grounder. The gym was something I wanted to talk about. I'm desperate for this to not be a fitness channel. I spent a long time on fitness stuff. I think this last year has been, apparently it's quite common, is you realize something's wrong, and as a boy, as a guy, you like push yourself real hard to hyper masculine stuff, and the gym was definitely part of that. On the other side though, it's also really healthy. Like I can't deny how much better exercising and like having the strength and losing some weight, which I'm gonna need to keep doing too, because that your body fat is part of your endocrine system, and so I need to manage that as well. I think today's not the day to talk about my relationship with food or exercise, but I was thinking about how starting E is going to affect my working out, and I hope I can keep where I'm at least, and I think trying to build muscle while on E and while not bulking is going to be really difficult, so I'm not going to force myself, but I am going to use this as a bit of a log to keep track. I do some powerlifting stuff right now, and that's going to be the like core of my updates. And if I do lose mass, if I do lose my ability to do deadlifting, whatever, I would give that all up right this second for estrogen. so quickly. But also, who doesn't love a girl with muscles? I like... that's kind of new to me. And finally, the protein bar of today. I promise I don't want this to be a fitness channel. I don't want this to be about like getting swole as a girl. They already exist. There's plenty of them out there. They don't need me on there with my fucked up little relationship with food. But I'm happy to talk about me. I'm happy to talk about me. And most importantly, I wanted to talk about what this tastes like. This isn't a new one for me. This is actually one of my favorites. So I'm kind of cheating, but I wanted it. So it's the mint chocolate protein bar, dark chocolate mint. And it's honestly like an after eight chocolate. I think Americans have like thin mints is what they're called. I don't know if that, I'll look that up. I don't know if that translates. But they're like an after eight chocolate, but like dense. Oh my god, it's really weird hearing a deep voice from me now. I know it's my normal voice, but I'm really focusing on my voice for this video. Talking in my normal voice feels weird. Okay. It's like a dense after eight. I will look up if there's an American version. And that reminds me too, yesterday I said I'd look up what the band that my friend got me into is called, and they're called Lawrence, the band. Lawrence the band, not my friend. So go check out Lawrence, they're very funky. And that's me for today. Thank you for listening to my rambles. If anyone ever sees this, I'll see you tomorrow.